Okay, record it on. We're on. We'll let you
We're
get
on.
in.
Ellie's over here getting in my bag.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we
She
still
must
have
be there.
Ellie.
Yes. Good morning from stifling hot Indianapolis.
It's not hot today.
Well, it's hot today. It was so sticky out this morning. I guess because it was dead still.
We are Flock Around the Table.
Yep.
Welcome to our 5th episode.
Oh, is this number 5?
This is
Well, I
great.
think so. That's
fine.
And it's
Something.
Jamie's birthday.
Jamie's
Happy
birthday.
Jamie, out on the golf course.
He's out on the golf course. Yeah,
We
of
love
course.
you, Jamie.
He doesn't watch.
I'm Mika.
I'm Sue.
I'm Deb, and we're back here again to fill you in on fun and games and flocking and whatever else we
Knitting
come
Right.
with.
other nonsense.
Knitting and other nonsense.
I didn't do a
Yeah.
lot of nonsense this
We
week.
still have Ellie with us too.
Yeah.
She's
So
She's
when
over
we
here.
go like
Yeah.
this, if you notice us going like this in the
That's
table,
because she bumps us
it's
underneath the
because
table.
of her, not because of a natural effect
Well, it's
that goes through your body.
natural, but it's
It's her.
It's
Yeah.
a boxer.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's a very nice dog, but she's got a wicked tail.
She does.
So-
She does. You know what? Who was over? Some friends of ours were over, and she had a boxer when she was growing up that looked just like Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I didn't know this because I don't know about boxers.
You know about King Charles.
I know about King Charles, yeah, and German Shepherds. But I guess boxers usually have their tails clipped when they're
Oh.
puppies. It's like one of those things, like Doberman Pinschers have their ears clipped. Boxers typically have their tails clipped, and hers isn't.
Ah,
So she was,
Yeah.
when she saw her, she was quite
that's maybe,
stunned that she still had her
That
tail.
might be one of the reasons why that whipping
Well,
tail might be.
because it's quite.
Ooh. You could use it. She could trim down your bushes with the tail.
She's gotten into my garden. The only thing she eats in the garden though is the grass, which I haven't weeded out. So I let her
That's
in there.
been good.
I'm like, go ahead, and eat out all of the grass that's in there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we had a Boston Terrier who would eat green tomatoes out of the garden.
Oh, that's not good.
Well,
That's not as good as
Well,
weeding the grass out for me.
no, I wouldn't. And you'd find these little green tomatoes with bites out of them.
With bites out of them?
Yeah, and
Because she'd take a bite out of them and go, ooh, that's sour. I don't want to eat that.
I don't know that there was a thought process involved, but
Probably not.
it was very bizarre. He also liked raspberries.
Oh,
So
Well, who doesn't like raspberries?
we had an apple tree that the squirrels would get in. I mean, it was a crab apple. They weren't edible. You couldn't do anything but mow over them or whatever. And in the winter, we had drunk bees because they would ferment. But they would literally, you'd go out there and you're like, what the heck? Half a dozen of them were like, had 2 bites out of them, and it was the squirrels would come or the chip would come. They'd eat a couple of them, fill their cheeks, and then they drop it.
scurry
It's
off.
like, I don't care if you eat them, just put them in the trash when you're done. I mean,
exactly.
if you could just get these animals to do what we need them to do, I tell you.
Well,
Bad as the other
you
half.
could just get Leah to come down. Could have just got Leah to come down and take care of him for you.
Yeah, she was out there taking care of her chipmunks. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
realize that chipmunks were that destructive to your foundations and things like that. I mean, they tunnel through and they like chew
Yeah,
on
I
don't
stuff.
know.
I didn't realize that. I always thought they were just this cute little creature, and one had a space in his tooth, and they were
That
just
was
chip and
Alvin.
tail.
Chip and tail.
And the chipmunks, they was and they sang and danced, and
Oh my goodness.
it was wonderful. That was my world, chipmunks, until my husband said they're eating the foundation, and I was like, Alvin, what are you doing out there? So,
Then you got to admire the teeth if they can eat a foundation.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But are they like beavers? Beavers have to chew on things because their teeth keep growing,
Right.
and they have to kind of keep them filed back. You're laughing at me.
Don't you just amaze what kind of subjects we
No,
get
actually,
on?
I'm thinking about when I was the little kid, and we used to spend 2 weeks at a time at my grandparents in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 of us would go up at a time, and they had chickens and ducks, a huge garden, so they had feed.
Mm-hmm.
And so they always had squirrels and chipmunks that would get into the barn to get the feed
Oh,
because
yeah.
that was yummy for them.
Of course, and it's easy.
So one of the ways that my grandma got us to earn our money that we wanted to have to go to the store to get penny candy, was she gave us 10 cents for every chipmunk and a quarter for every squirrel that we killed.
Geez, sorry to the animal
Sorry.
people out there. We're not, but
I hope
you know.
Peter is
But
watching.
you know,
It happens. You want to get rid of the rodents.
to save the feed. So we used to go out there with like building blocks and Legos, and we would set traps and all sorts of. I mean, we would have these elaborate things to, you know,
Well, and nothing
catch
else.
the.
She was creative. I mean,
chipmunks. She was creative, and she got us out of the house to go get rid.
And
And we were probably making so much noise in the barn that we kept them away anyway.
so it didn't make any difference. But
Yeah.
you built and
We
you
saved
used
that.
your
Mhm.
mind, and it was
Yep.
probably a good thing. Yeah.
And maybe by the end of the day we had gotten like 50 cents. Right. But then the next day we would trek the 2.5 miles on foot to
the store.
to the corner store
to get
to
Tootsie Rolls.
buy some Tootsie Rolls or candy cigarettes or oh my gosh.
Candy cigarettes.
Remember those
remember
things?
those?
Or the bottle things with
Oh,
the
yeah.
juice? Oh my gosh.
Oh, the wax things.
Yes,
Oh
the
my
wax bottles.
God.
There's a
Ugh.
store in Goshen, Wakarusa,
Wakarusa.
which is the northern part of Indiana.
Wakarusa.
That is an old-fashioned candy store.
Oh, fun.
And it has all that old-fashioned
Candy
candy.
in it?
And they have these great big jelly beans.
What?
Oh yeah,
I
big
remember
big
those.
hummers.
Road trip.
Sure,
Road trip.
sure.
I always say road trip.
We can pick up Mom on the way.
There you go.
And
Maybe
yeah,
in a
it was
couple months.
fun
I'm
to
sure
go
you can
in
find
there.
all that stuff online now too. Amazon probably has the
Amazon
damn
probably
stuff.
has it.
Amazon is taking over the world, so I'm sure they have
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember like bottle caps. Do you remember that
Those
candy?
things too.
Yeah.
They were wax.
Yeah.
Weren't they wax?
No, they were the little pressed candies.
Oh.
Like
Maybe just in Minnesota.
maybe it was a Minnesota thing. I don't know.
It could have been because, we say, I grew up saying pop. Just pop.
Yeah, I grew up saying soda. So when I came here and somebody said, "You want to go get a pop?" I thought they wanted to beat me up when I was a kid. No joke. No joke. I mean, when you grow up on the East Coast, it's soda. It's a
No,
soda,
we always said Coke or Seven. We always said the name brand.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever.
That's a Southern thing. Like, isn't Southern like everything is a Coke, even if it's a 7-Up? It's Coke.
No, not for me.
I don't know. Well, maybe because I grew up around Chicago and we had Dr. Pepper and Diet Right came out first.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, and Tab.
And Tab.
Tab.
Oh, Tab
Oh,
was
Tab.
the thing. And even
That was nasty stuff.
Fresca, some of those were,
Yeah.
when we came out with the lemon lime things.
I like
Ginger ale was
Fresca.
always a big thing, but everything was just ginger ale. You know what I mean? I don't remember one name only.
Vernors
is about the only, and Canada Dry.
Schweppes.
Yeah.
Schweppes.
Canada Dry. I don't remember Schweppes ones, but Canada Dry was one of the ones that we used to get at home. And nothing was 2 liter. It was always the 12-ounce bottles or the 10-ounce bottles. When they came out with those bigger
Oh, the
bottles,
2
it was like,
liters,
oh
yeah.
my God.
When I was growing up, in the northeastern corner of the state, there was a bottling company called Pokagon,
Okay.
which is now also the name of the park up there.
Right, it is, yeah.
And there
Come to think of it.
was, they had all different kinds of soft drink. I remember orange, like an orange crush and a
Strawberry.
Neat.
strawberry and all those different flavors. And Pokagon was the brand to get.
Oh, cool.
My grandmother used to make ice creams, used to make sodas
Yeah.
out of soft drink and ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a root beer.
Yes.
But she
Did
also
she ever
liked.
do the egg one? The egg
No,
sodas?
no, I don't remember that at all. But anyway, root beer with ice cream in.
A&W.
A root
Yeah.
beer
With our
A&W.
flow.
Yeah,
We would
oh,
go
yeah,
up
yeah.
and get the big bottle filled and then come home and use our own ice cream or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we'd have the floats and stuff. It was always fun. And
It
or
tasted
they
good.
put it on the car. It was so cool to eat.
Oh yeah, I was
When you car hopped?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was a car hop.
Oh my goodness.
Roller skates?
On roller skates?
No. The drive, the parking
Oh.
area was gravel. I killed myself on roller skates. But
That was before the wheel had been invented.
yeah. God. But
I'm sorry. I had to.
That was a like setup, bang, right there. You had to roll into that. one.
I had to. I'm sorry.
The-
No, I'm not sorry, but
I learned the makes and models of cars because that's how we would identify.
Sure, I would imagine.
We didn't have those tags to put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the windshield.
No, it was the 57 Chevy or the
Yeah, on the east side or west side, and that's how we designated the cars that the orders went to.
Well,
That was a fun. I started working there when I was probably 14 years old.
Yeah.
And-
child labor.
Child labor.
Well, actually,
Yes.
I was just reading. I signed up for Dairy Queen's app because they can scan it and you can get points, of course, because everybody gives you points for everything now. And
There's an app for that. Yeah.
and I was looking. There was a bunch of does Dairy Queen does this? Does Dairy Queen do that? And they were asking what age can you start working at Dairy Queen? And in most states, it's 14 with parental because they're seasonal. They're summer, so kids in the summer would go, and I mean, it was probably a big deal to be lucky enough to do the, and as long as there was, you could make cones or something, you couldn't like operate other stuff, but I mean, I was really surprised, and I was like, makes sense, something like that in your local town, or that was always a cool thing. To this, my husband, when he went to Chicago, I even asked him. There was a Dairy Whip, I think it's called. And I think that was a chain up there at one time. Mm-hmm. And this Dairy Whip has been open as long as, in the same area down where I grew up. And I'm 60. And I remember it as a kid.
Did you hiccup?
And she.
I dropped off that last portion of what
That
the
last
60
number?
plus number was.
Probably
Right.
9.
No.
No.
No, actually my birthday's in September. And
Oh my God.
I'll be 67. And on Wednesday.
Really?
On Wednesday, I'll be married 42 years. So my husband thought, holy cow, 42 years.
I'm sure he thought, holy cow.
Yeah, up till I got to 40, I never really thought about the number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For some reason, it didn't make any difference to me. I guess even when I was, the age thing never bothered me either until I hit a certain number. Like I said, we've talked before, when I went on Social Security, hitting that enter to make me sign up for Social Security was totally difficult because at me, that was a point.
You didn't like that.
No, I was at a point
Because everybody
saying,
on Social Security is old.
yeah, so I was like, not Social Security, it was Medicare. Social Security I was cool with because then I was getting money.
Okay, all right.
Medicare was the thing that did that. So 42 years on Wednesday, so
Early congratulations.
thank you.
But I have to tell you guys this one.
Okay.
Jamie and I were watching something last night on TV, and a commercial came on for ARP.
AARP. Yep.
AARP. I wasn't really paying attention until the very end of it, where it said, you can sign up at 50.
Yeah, you can.
And I looked at him and I went, God damn, I can almost sign up. Like next year. And you know what this little shit said to me? He goes, it's not a year away.
And then when he picked himself up off the floor.
I'm like, little flocker. What a little flocker. He's a little flocker.
There's some pretty cool.
It's not quite a year, honey. You're inside a year on that one. And I went, and
You're such a baby. Don't worry
he's
about
younger
it.
than me, so
Mine's younger than me too.
I robbed the cradle.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
They're much more malleable when you get them at the cradle.
Right.
Really
Make
get
them
them.
do what
You can get them to the area that you want to get them to, so
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I don't know how many years we're on.
Oh,
You
yeah?
have us beat on that.
I
I have
know.
to look at my plate. A 94.
Okay,
So
it's
this
30.
26.
26.
26.
It was 26 this year. That works.
26?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
works.
Okay.
So, whatever.
26. I beat the quarter century thing, so
That makes it.
I think we're
You're
good.
the record.
Now you're
Okay.
official.
All right. Do you
I
actually
just
have
want to show
finished
everybody that
that you
I
can
actually
finish?
finished something. Here is the 1 mitt. And
FO, a
this is
complete
Edith
FO.
FO. And
No.
there is a string here. Damn, I thought I got them. There's no string. I mean, but there you have them. There you have it. My fingers are smaller on this side. Look,
Or did you put more stitches on this one?
Or maybe you just don't have it.
maybe when I block them.
Just go like that.
There you go.
Right, there you go. Yeah, finished. I like these. They're fun.
They're fun. They're just enough if I'm out for a walk or something like that, or in the car if it's chilly and you just want to keep your hands.
I like that you made them up a little bit more. So, like, if you put your jacket on, it's not like
right.
Yeah.
So you don't have it. So anyway, and then also this week I tried posting this on Instagram, but I'm not sure it actually got there, so I'm still working on that. But I actually started my painting bricks hat.
Yeah. You just haven't gotten to the painted part?
No, I haven't gotten to the painted part,
You're
but
still
I
on
did
ribbing.
change.
That's okay, though.
I did change. And I'm going to put this as the contrast color. It's a dark gray, and this has got a pink and a gray in it.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that'll be for the center. But I was reading in the pattern, and you do the brim for 6 inches because it folds out.
Folds
Oh,
over.
yeah.
So
And
you have lots of ribbing.
I don't need fold over. I would never
No.
wear. I don't like
Well, you
fold
don't-
over. It's too tight and too hot.
You know, a pattern is just a suggestion.
So I'm only going to go about 3 inches. I said 3 inches, but I think I'm just about there.
Yeah. You think you're just about there?
So I think I'm just about there. So that's where I'm at this week. I didn't do much. I kind of putzed around in the sewing room, and there was a drive, a food bank drive in the neighborhood that I kind of got involved with this week, and
Oh, you should have told me. I have some.
and the
Stuff I could
JCC
donate.
Jewish Community Center, which is where I go. We're doing some stuff, so I went and kind of got that, and actually went swimming once this week too. So I did good there.
Yay.
So that was my busy week. Ta-da!
Yeah.
You know,
it's
so
it's
kind of boring. I didn't do a lot, but I did clean up a lot. I mean, I'm doing much better about keeping things together, and I'm much better. I guess maybe thanks to you all here on Flock Around the Table, I keep better notes. I keep the tags. You know what I mean? And I'm finding even when I'm cleaning up and putting something away, I'm filling out information on it. So in the event somebody says, "What are you using there?" and I can be like, "Oh, that's so and so and so," so that I can keep them all informed with information they don't want. So, all right, and I love what you're doing.
Oh, this
Absolutely love.
This is my purse project, or I call it my I'm waiting project. So I always keep one in my purse.
Good idea.
Or the bag that I'm
carrying
around, which right now is a Fat Squirrel bag.
Oh, I know the
Ooh.
Fat Squirrel bag you're referring
That
to.
says, I'm a ray of fucking sunshine.
We should bleep that. If we could.
No, I'm not going to bleep it because we're no children allowed channel.
True. Yeah,
so
you should
we can-
probably do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, I like making hats
Yeah, no, you do.
because,
We
just
should get
because.
We can make mittens.
Oh, they don't quite match.
No,
Well,
they don't
maybe
quite match.
next-
So this is just my purse project, or my I'm waiting project, because I thought maybe I should show something different this week. And I started it in this crazy, it was stash yarn. I don't have a tag. I don't know what it is, but it's
Pre-Flock Around the Table, so we
pre-Flock Around the Table, sorry. And it has yellow, white, blue. It's variegated. I started it in that, and then I went, oh, this would be so fun to do that helical knitting in.
Yeah.
So I stashed some more, and I started a blanket in red, white, and blue, faded.
Ooh.
I remember that.
Remember the faded
Yeah.
one? In this,
Is that?
Yeah, it's Heritage.
Yeah, Heritage. Yeah.
And I was only buying like three to four skeins at a time,
Right.
because I'm holding 3 at a
Right.
time, and then I was fading them, and I thought I would do it red, white, and blue to go in my living room, but since then the shop has stopped carrying that yarn, and I really wasn't liking it anyway.
Well, I like the colors. I mean, the
I like
fact
the
that you could
colors.
get any color in the world in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I liked the idea of that blanket, but I think I would have had to have had like 30 to 40 skeins in it because I was holding it 3 at a time.
And then you would say to your daughter, "Do not ever throw this away."
But I wouldn't have given it to my daughter. It would have stayed.
Well,
in my
she would have
living
gotten
room.
it eventually.
Well, probably.
I'm assuming.
But it's not yarn. You can throw a washer dryer.
What?
Whatever.
Anyway.
At any rate, it had been in a perpetual timeout for like over a year. And I just
That's sent away to purgatory.
yeah, he was in purgatory, and I kept thinking I don't want to get it online. I wanted to get but I was being a whiner with myself, and then I just decided I wasn't going to do it.
Okay.
So it was in my brain. I'm not going to do it,
Are you gonna
but it's
frog
still
it?
sitting here, and it's about that deep
Yeah,
into
it was
it.
getting.
Pretty good size.
Well, I'd made it so that it would fit on like a queen size bed, so it was long enough, and it was about that wide. I don't know. And yesterday I saw a pattern for another blanket that Marcia sent me.
Oh. Hi,
And
Marcia.
I think it's called Stay at Home. It's a blanket. It's either knit or
It's gonna be cute.
knit or Tunisian crochet, but I'm gonna change it over to single crochet.
Okay.
And it's just squares, and it's a house inside of the square,
Oh, nice.
and you just do a whole mess of them, and then you
Put them
put them together, and it looks like a quilted quilt
Cool.
because it's all these little houses that are all in different colors.
Sure.
So I'm in the process of frogging my big blanket,
Okay.
which
that'll
has
take a while.
these all bunch of colors in it. And
Okay.
it's a pain because there's 3 together and then they intertwine together and everything.
And I love this helical.
But I pulled these out because it went with this one
Yeah.
and I started helical knitting on it.
It's so cool.
So
And I love your rib because it's 4. You do 4 or 5 or something.
this one is 4. Usually I do a 1x1 because I like
Oh.
that better.
I'm
But this
miserable at 2x2.
I just like the 1x1 better. I do a 1x1 twisted and it really gets nice and
She has got.
I don't know why I did this one as a 4x4. I don't follow a pattern. It's
Don't give her
just-
this book, Mike. When we get to you, don't, because she'd come up with major things. And
yeah.
worse than you, almost.
Worse than me.
But that's great. Love it. We'll keep you
Yeah.
updated. Next
So-
week, she should have that done. I won't.
No, because
Oh.
because it's my I'm waiting.
Oh,
And-
she just put
you
it
so-
don't intend to wait that much.
I haven't
had appointments and things as much.
well, I haven't been taking I don't get time to take breaks at work. I don't even take a lunch break. I eat, obviously, otherwise, but and then
Don't we
Jamie
all?
has to go to save another warehouse on Monday, so he'll be gone for 2 weeks, which means I'll be even busier at work. So I probably won't get much more time.
Is he gone for 2? Where's he gone?
Phoenix.
Wow.
It'll be hot out there.
Yeah.
He'll be
play golf.
working. They have so the warehouse in Arizona. Well, I don't know of many warehouses that actually have air conditioning in them, but definitely our warehouse out there does not have air conditioning in it. But they have these things. I think they're called froggers, and it's a unit that puts humidity into the air.
Yeah, because
Now it's not something that we would
Right.
want here
No,
because
not
it's
here.
super humid.
Right.
But there,
They need to
putting
do that.
putting the humidity into the air
Right.
makes it feel cooler to them, I guess. Inside the warehouse.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would imagine it does get pretty dry.
And then
the
when
air,
it's 110
well,
degrees,
you need that moisture
and
a
you're in
little
a
bit
metal
to get it
building.
cooler.
It's 110 degrees and you're in a metal building.
Yeah, forget that.
Yeah.
But
roast.
when you mentioned Frogger, I was like, can you bring one home?
I think
that
that's
would
what
get
it's
you
called.
through
It's-
your blanket.
If somebody else knows, I think it's called.
I think my cousin
Frog or
lived in
something like that.
Albuquerque,
Same difference. Yeah.
and had the There was something
something.
that was like a mister.
Yeah.
Like a humidifier. We have a dehumidifier.
Right.
In our
right.
house that takes the moisture out and
But those
drains, and they have
misters
to put
are
them in.
outside because it is actually putting mist into the air.
Okay, but what she
Typically, right?
what she had was in her house in
Okay.
lieu of an air conditioner.
Yeah. Have in the warehouse.
Yeah, whatever it is.
At any rate,
I really wasn't
make,
there.
We make sure they have tons of Gatorade and water and
Yeah.
But there was
Cool beans.
a fun little there was some fun stuff happening out in the warehouse that requires Jamie's attention. So.
Okay, well that's too bad.
So
for
I get to
Jamie.
park in the middle of the garage for 2 weeks.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, that I love that. That works.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
The first few days would be fun, but then after a while, you don't have everybody to kick around. So
I remember when my husband would go off on business trips and I would be at home alone with the kids and we, we ate a lot of takeout food and went to movies and did all kinds of
and
stuff.
he wouldn't normally have done
Right,
during the
no,
week
he
and
would
things.
no, I'm just gonna stay home.
Yeah, or it's Wednesday night. Kids have to go to school.
And I would, if I went somewhere, I didn't have to, say, I'll be back at whatever time because nobody cared.
Right.
It's kind of like my life is now. Nobody cares when I get home. The dog can't tell time. And
No, but he crosses his legs sometimes, I'm sure.
I'm not sure I put him in the crate.
Well,
Yes, I did. Yes,
he's
I
having
did.
a good time today. Then
Today, yeah. No, I think I put him in the crate. I did that before. I did something else. So anyway, if not, hi Harley, how you doing?
Yeah, he's sitting
Are you
there
watching?
He went onto YouTube and is like watching right now.
He's
That's
sitting
what
in
he
the
does.
He's like this on the screen.
www.doggyinternet.com. I gotta report this woman to my Doggy Association.
Yeah, left
So-
me
Yeah.
cast adrift.
All she does is knit. I don't know. And speaking of all she does is knit,
Right.
Oh,
What-
I have
what
been.
are
she's
you
our
playing
productive
with?
girl.
I have
Seriously.
been.
She really gets into this, and she does really well for everybody. She
Yeah.
keeps me motivated. I'm telling you.
I got a shipment, not a shipment.
No.
I got a package in the mail,
Yeah, you did.
a shipment from Savvy Skeins. And so I don't know about you guys, but when I get something new in the mail, it's like it calls
It's
to
Christmas.
me. And
It's Christmas.
oh, I love to go to the mailbox and get squishy mail.
Oh yeah,
It
who
is
doesn't love
so
squishy
exciting.
mail? Yeah.
Anyway, so I got this in the mail, and it's from Savvy Skeins, who's you find her on YouTube, and the Savvy is Savvy Skeins. She makes wonderful yarn, but this is her. Okay, I'll hold it
You
up.
did this in a week?
I did this in a week,
Oh my gosh.
Isn't this amazing? Look at this.
and
Good gracious gravy, girl.
Isn't that
and it's
beautiful?
about 2/3 of the way done.
It's beautiful.
I'm
I'm
digging this.
envious.
And
I am
the
too.
pattern is called Kessi.
I am very proud of you for breaking out of the purple.
Me too.
Yeah.
Super proud of you.
Yeah.
The pattern is Kessi by Tamy Gore.
I'm going
And
to write
some
that
of you are probably very familiar with Tamy Gore.
I like the way she
Here,
writes
I'll-
her patterns.
I'll put it in.
Yeah.
I'll put it. Anything that we're talking about, I'll try and put in the thing below.
Yeah. But I
If I
also
don't,
have
and you want it,
other
let me know.
Savvy Skeins colors that, of course now you get to hear all the crinkling.
But that's the fun part, the crinkling part and the squishing part. Oh, I love the blue.
Isn't that pretty? She makes really nice solid colors as well. This is the Labradite, which is the
The green in here.
mottled green. Oh, I just dumped it in my coffee.
Way to go!
that's
I
all
did
right.
that to you last week, so it was your turn this week.
That's this. This is what it looks like knit up. Really nice solid skeins. The colors are really vibrant. And then I have another variegated.
Crinkle, crinkle.
Crinkle, crinkle.
Hi, Ellie. How
And
are
this
you?
is called,
Hello.
I think it's called Wisteria. And again, the colors, you can see the colors are the purple and gray.
There's some green in there.
Yeah,
Kind of
really,
comes out of
really
blue.
pretty colors.
Yeah.
So
Check out Savvy Skeins.
check out Savvy Skeins. Her orders come in pretty short pretty quickly. So, and I appreciate that because a day without squishy mail is a day without sunshine. You believe that?
And the economy loves you for it, I'm telling you.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure
Yeah.
they do.
And the post office enjoys it, and I mean, just look what you're doing for the world. Hi, Ellie.
I do.
You're cleaning me, huh?
This
I do
is.
cleaning me.
Yeah,
huh?
isn't that a wonderful
Okay.
color? And I had to,
I mean,
Go,
it's tonal.
lay down.
but
Go,
yeah,
no, go lay down. No, go lay down.
but it's nice.
420 yards.
Yeah, it's a good length.
Sensible
She has
sock.
a couple of really different names. I like the way her yarn is laid out. I mean, her sock yarn. I got online after you mentioned it the other
Yeah.
day, and she's got some really nice blends that I think would be fun to different try. This is her sensible sock, which is, your
Yeah.
Yeah,
everyday
it's
sort of type sock.
80,
But she has one that
20.
has, yeah, she has one that has a cashmere in it and a silk in it, I think, or something. So yeah.
And her website is easy to navigate, I think. I mean, I was on there just yesterday. So. Well, I'm running out of white, so I.
Oh,
what
so
are you
you're
gonna
going
do?
to check it out and get
Yeah.
some more. Right.
And it's called Cleverly Dyed Yarn, and can't argue with that.
Nice. Nicely
Nice,
done.
nice.
That is-
I like.
I like
I
that.
like this one.
K-E-S.
Yeah, and it's got a bunch of yarn over, knit two together. Those
Yeah.
holy things, and
So it goes quick, but again, something that you could use for travel, for
Yeah.
TV. It's a social knitting also. It's
I
not
like
something you have to lock
I like
yourself in the bathroom.
asymmetrical.
And I do like the asymmetrical too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully, I'll have it done next week, and you can see the finished product, and it will be gorgeous.
What
You
else
are
do you have
you
there?
are knitting way more than I
I'm a
am.
knitting
Me
fool.
too. Yeah.
Well,
Way more than
I
me.
mean, you guys have had other things going on this week where I've had not a lot. I've
You've been very good about your social distancing.
I have been staying in my
Should we
house.
show them your book? This is so
Oh,
cool.
this is I have been
I think
doing
we've
some.
been mentioned this.
Yeah, I mentioned it last week. I've been doing some designing, and I find that I don't automatically know every stitch in the.
You don't?
No, I was
Oh.
gonna say stitch in the book, but
Well, you're getting there.
Have you heard of the one called
getting-
SSK?
shut up. Yes, I'm doing a lot of SSK.
Are you?
And I'm doing it
I'm so
correctly.
proud
I'm
of
going to
you.
make you a shirt that says SSK. Ask me
Oh
what
my
that
gosh!
means.
Just
I'm doing it correctly.
Ask me what that
I
means.
think. Okay.
Pearl
This.
Soho has a really good.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'm just saying they do. They
They
have
do
a,
it really
it-
good.
It helped me remember which. That was actually knit one right, knit one left. I'm so sorry.
Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
This is the book that I've been using to help me create designs. And as you can see from all the tabs that I put in, there are several patterns,
Stitch
patterns that I like. I look for ones with that are attractive, as well as they have not many rows of directions. I mean,
We like
pattern.
that.
Because you don't want to have to go too far and
I
like
don't-
have too many rows in your repeat.
well, that and if it's got too many rows,
You
I
don't
tend
see
to get
it.
lost.
Well, that and you don't see it. I mean,
So-
if it's got a 20-row repeat and you're on row 10 and it really needs the full 20 rows, you're getting there and you're like, I'm not doing something right. It's like the helical. You start out with this and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm not doing this
Yeah,
right.
you do think
and
you're not
about
doing it
6
right.
rows or so into it, and you kind of go like this and like, oh my God, this makes sense.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. And to interrupt her real quick, we had mentioned that we were gonna, when we do the, when she loves finding
Spit it
new
out.
yarn for us, totally loves it. She's really good at it. She also mentioned a couple others this week that I got on their websites
You,
for the new
you
yarn.
squirreled. What?
I
what are you
did.
getting
But
at?
anyway, I think what we should have her do is when she gets new yarn to do a swatch with all these new fun stitches that she's finding. I think that would be amazingly fun.
Oh, yeah, for
Learn
who?
new stitches.
But
If you're not doing like a project like this, you know what I mean? Like you did Savvy Skeins and you pulled it out, and instead of just doing a 4x4 swatch, you went ahead and made us 2/3 of a shawl, which was amazing. I mean, that's a great demonstration
Yeah, it's-
of how the yarn comes out. So
yeah.
I think that's cool. But I And I wouldn't mind doing that myself. So, you know what I mean? I could actually volunteer to do
Lily,
some of
she's
those.
passing the book over. Like,
Yeah,
here you
there
go.
it is.
Well, I'm going to
Go
be
for
at
it.
Deb's house on Monday anyway.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yep.
Oh, that is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Monday is tomorrow, yeah.
Because the cleaning lady comes, and I don't want to see her disapproving glance as she goes around my house, so I leave. I just get the heck out of
And
there.
then she comes over to my house and she's like, oh my God, my house is not as bad. So she feels pretty good. And then she goes home to this super clean, sparkling house with everything folded and put away.
Oh,
And
no,
then
no,
she-
nothing's put away.
Oh, but
It's all folded.
Yeah, but it's all
But-
folded in a nice folded stack.
Oh,
other
yes.
than a clump is so much better to look at than. But this one here would have it all put away. So we have the neatest.
Okay, I
We have
digress
the
just a
next neatest, and we have not neatest.
But you guys know when we moved here,
Yeah, you throw.
we purged like everything.
See, that's-
we donated, we gave to the Salvation Army, and we moved from a house into an 750 square foot apartment with no garage, and we got everything in there. We didn't have to rent anything.
Yeah.
And I moved my dining room table to here, and I ended up giving that to a handicapped couple in that apartment complex when we moved out of that apartment. So I didn't have.
And you've been in the
I
house
went
how long?
down to like I could have probably put all my furniture and belongings inside of a Winnebago.
Oh my gosh.
So when
I
we
would
moved
need a
in,
fleet.
when we built our house, we really didn't have.
I have to. Yeah, it's
I
true.
didn't
When you
have.
do
I didn't have anything.
change or
so,
move around, I
Yeah,
think
and
but
no
some of
kids and no pets. So
Some of the things you
Ergo no
moved are a
mess.
little questionable, but
yeah.
well, don't be dissing my riding crop and my French tickler now. Stop.
It's
I
another
didn't
day.
move it.
Yeah,
I didn't move
we're
it.
at 34 minutes into this production, so we'll save that for another morning. Let me write that down. Future
No,
discussion.
that's okay.
But
I
you
just-
you have a tendency to pick it up, and it just depends. Some people are really good about going through. She's really
Yeah,
good
I mean,
about going
look
through
at my
her
yarn
stuff.
room now. It's like full.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is half ours.
Yeah, we've been stashing
But she's
stuff
really
in
good
there.
about doing that. I'll go down one layer, maybe two, and if I don't see it, I head to the either internet or
was-
the yarn store, and I get something new. And then this one's coming up, and now we're doing this, and so we're being very informational. And you have this beautiful, and now all of a sudden I'm going, oh my God, I need to get that green. Seriously,
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
to get that green. It's just, and I thought,
Well, to truth be told, I do have a skein extra if you'd like to have it.
maybe I'll have to think about that. I wonder how good it would look with this. No, this is
Oh.
DK. Never mind. Can't do
That's
it.
Oh, is
DK.
DK?
You can't.
Yeah, can't. I don't want to mix.
Heck, I did on that one.
Yeah. Let me tell you, don't mix weights.
And
Don't
then
mix
try
weights
to
and then try and
block.
block. No, it is a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
I think
It
the
was-
one that I gave you last week, that
nice.
Stripalicious or whatever it was, or color whatever one, I think that one has different weights in it too, because I had a heck of a time getting that one
To block,
I didn't
right?
think it had different weight.
Maybe
Well,
it doesn't. Maybe it's just the way it came out. That was one of your very early.
Yeah.
Well,
And I
even-
think you changed halfway through from the spine to non-spine or whatever, or added the spine.
Even
back.
if you go from like a sock that's 80-20 to a sock that's like 100% superwash merino,
Mhm.
those two are gonna block different.
Right.
So you should really keep within the same.
All right, all right. Okay, what they're referring to is early on in my avant-garde knitting.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the way you use that.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, that sounds like there was a
Woo!
purpose to it. I struggle reading patterns, and so I decided, hell, I can do this on my own. And this, I
And the
think it was
funny
like
thing
the
is-
second.
You can do it. When
I can do it on my
She
own.
can do it on her own. But that was the kite one, wasn't it?
That was the kite one. And what I did was I ordered a bunch of yarn, and inadvertently I looked at colors, not the weight of the yarn, and I inadvertently ended up with 3 different weights of yarn in this one shawl.
And I got to block it.
And Sue got to block it, and then she reprimanded me severely because blocking different weights of yarn is apparently quite difficult.
I told her the next time she does that, she's going to have to block her own.
We're gonna block her.
I'll block her all right. Just teasing you.
Oh, you live and learn.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure you've all had that problem. You think that it's going to be okay, and I think.
But
oh
you
my
don't even
God,
realize it.
right? Because I'm such a tight knitter, and I'll take it, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is never going to be big enough to even go wrong. You know what I mean? And you try it on the knitting needles, and you're thinking, God, this just really isn't going to work. And then you put it in the water, and you take and you lay it out on the blocking mat, and all of a sudden you think. So you put two together, and you think you got plenty of room. Then you need the queen size bed,
Yeah.
because it just relaxed so much. I mean, you had to do
after
your
you get it
fluffing,
wet.
but. Then you realize, oh my God, it really did. And that's where, I guess some
That's
of the
where you're
yarns where it's
swatching.
supposed the swatching after blocking kind of would be.
You swatch,
I'm leery of some of those
swatch,
too when they say,
block.
when they say
Swatch, block.
the gauges after blocking. Because sometimes,
Oh, you measure the gauge after you wash it and block it.
I don't,
Yes.
nah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
well, I understand that that's what you're supposed to do.
But the
Yes.
thing is if I do that, okay, even
Oh,
when I'm knitting and I do the swatch and it's like, okay, it doesn't work. So I tear it out and then I do it again and I change the needles and it matches. Okay, so I think I've got it, right?
Yeah.
So then I start doing it and I think, oh my God, am I too tight or am I too loose? Then I go and I check because I've done the swatch and I've done everything I'm supposed to do and I'm doing it. And next thing you know, it's like, oh boy, it's like 12 times too big because I loosened up. Because I was so conscious of trying,
stop
not
worrying about
to
it.
make it. Because my normal rule is to be tighter,
Well, just knit normal. Stop over analyzing your everything.
That's
just
why
knit the way you
I
knit.
just don't worry about it.
The lady
Oh, wow.
Barbara Benson, who's the
Wait, watch Barbara and
Watch Barbara knit.
Watch Barbara knit.
yeah.
I texted these ladies and I typed it in wrong.
Yes, she did.
And it was one of the few times autocorrect didn't fix it.
No.
So
So they gave me crap for it.
the lady's name came out rather than Barbara. It came out Bat Bra.
Bat bra.
So we thought, okay, maybe she.
Maybe it's a really weird website.
Maybe it started. My
Bat
thought
bra
was.
Knit. Watch Bat bra knit.
I thought
that would be a great thing. Is it at the zoo? Like here's this knit with her wings, her bat with her wings.
Wearing a bra.
Well, you
Wearing a bra.
You
knitting.
never know.
Come
Maybe
on.
she's into
That
the
would-
mythical.
Can you make
sort of
that on a
situation.
bag? A bat
bra.
knitting with a
bat
bra on?
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
sure I can probably find something
That
like
would
that.
be
You wouldn't be
awesome.
surprised. But I agree with her when it came to that. My thought was I thought it was something else and became a knitting. What you know what I mean? She started out because of the name Bat Bra. And I thought, who knows? And maybe she just wanted to have a unique name. Sorry, Barbara, we're really
It's
not
Watch
just her.
Barbara knit.
And she's got tons. I mean, she's been at it a while, like 4 years or so.
Years and years and
Yeah.
years.
And she's got great information, and she speaks clearly, not like and decisively, and it's an informative,
Yeah, she's
definite informative
Yeah.
type.
She's a teacher
knitting.
and an independent
Yeah.
designer.
Designer,
And
yeah.
design.
And her episodes tend to be they're topic driven, and when she's done, she quits.
Yes.
Unlike us, where we just keep rattling on and on and on and on and on and on.
Wake up.
That's the nonsense of us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's the way
But
we are.
we're not that type of channel.
No,
We're just
we're
a
not
goofy
particularly informative. I mean,
No, not really.
We're more entertaining.
we hope.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Well, we're entertaining and informative because
Speaking-
you're doing really well on the information and keeping
She's
the economy going.
She's the teacher anyway.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you're the nurse. You make sure we're okay.
Yeah, I do.
And she feeds
and I'll
us.
just
She
ship
feeds
the
us.
shit to you. Just ship the shit. That's what I do.
And you feed us.
And you
I
can-
do. I do feed you.
She doesn't need to feed, so that's good. We like that.
I have to
So-
keep my girlish figure up.
One of the things that you said is my favorite, and you said something about I'm going to get in shape, and the shape I choose is round.
Round. Yeah.
I can do that.
I could do that. That I can totally do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really good with
Speaking
it.
of being entertaining, what have you been watching?
Nothing really this week. I just kind of been catching up on movies, and Star Wars was on this week, so I wanted to.
Oh, because you've never seen
it.
any of those.
But Star Wars is like background noise for me, so I know when to
'Cause you
turn
know-
and look because I
you
want to
could
watch
probably
that
tell
part.
them their next line.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then I was going through things and separating things, and
Moving things from one place to another.
Yeah, that, and kids are supposed to be going back to school, so my husband's banning me from going to like Staples or any place, so I don't get any more schools. I love pens and school supplies and all.
Oh my gosh!
And
you gotta stop.
You're
not in school no more.
And and fun little gidgy gadgets and papers. Like, here's this cool little pen that fits in my little thing. Isn't that cute? Just right, so cute.
That's not little. That's
It
a
is.
big fat pen.
But it fits. That's what I'm thinking.
but
It takes up some room, but get
Oh
over
my
it.
gosh!
Or you get a cool little pad of paper.
I have
or
a
something.
feeling if I walked into your house,
you would find 12,000.
I would find probably 1,000 pens that would fit in that bag.
No.
Yeah.
No, probably under
Maybe
500.
4 or 5.
Because they're in a box in the back of the closet on the right hand side in the way back
That I haven't been in.
second
that she
shelf.
hasn't been into for 10 years.
But she's cleaned
So
the
she
surface.
probably has them, but the ink is all dried up.
Right. Oh, and that's true. I noticed that I was coloring last night, and some of my pens have dried.
Did you send them to the pen heaven?
I did, and my husband was like, "Oh my God, there's 3 pens in the trash." And seriously, he's like, "Can you come up here?" And I was like, "Sure."
You have to have
And
a
he has
service.
the trash.
We have
He
to
has
have a
the
memorial
trash open.
service for
And
it.
he's like, "Do you see what's in the bag?" And I wasn't looking at the pens. I wasn't understanding what he was telling me. And he goes, "Look in there." And I'm like, "Okay, there's coffee grounds. And did I throw something of yours away?" And he goes, "No, there are pens in there, and they are colored. They were green, 2 greens and a yellow." And I said,
Packer
"Yeah."
colors? You should have had a memorial service.
And I said, "They ran out. They wouldn't come back." Sometimes if you do a lot of pounding and
or
scribbling,
lick it.
or put it get a lighter.
I was going to say.
Yeah, a lighter at the end. It kind of comes
Yeah,
back.
because
and
you
gets
have
back.
one of those around, I'm sure.
Yeah, my husband smokes cigars.
Oh, so you do
I
have
see,
one.
I didn't know that
He does
about
have
him.
one
Yeah,
then.
yeah, he likes a good cigar. He likes
So
his
he has
cigar.
the cigar lighter then.
Well, and
Does he have the cigar
when
torch?
I travel, I always try to get one that's unique for the area. It says like
We've seen
Antarctica.
the wind won't blow them out
Yeah.
lighters.
And I
They're
actually, in
fantastic.
fact, the one I brought back from the Falklands for him was that it's one of the, it's like a little torch, and when
Yeah.
and it's got a little step thing on
wind
it, and
won't
you go
blow it
like
out.
this. And seriously, I love turning it on. If nothing else, when you click it, it goes. It makes that whoosh sound like
Yeah.
like a flamethrower does when you turn it on. It's like whoosh. And I
need
just
one of
love
those. I need one of those hand ones, torches for in the kitchen, so I can brulee the top of like.
No, you need one of those fancy ones. Those are
Yeah.
really cool. Like those fancy.
Yeah, a little hand.
My
just so that I
sister
can
had
do
one.
like creme brulee because that's one
And
of
she
Jamie's
kept getting,
favorites.
she kept
She's
not
the
being
sugar
able to
on top.
find the fillers for it, for the
Can
creme
we
brulee.
pause for a minute?
Sure.
You have a go potty?
Oh, well, anyway, wait, no, don't pause. We'll just end because we've been at this 45 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
So we'll let you all go
Potty break.
to the whatever and get your
See you
coffee
next
set.
time.
And we'll see you next week and have a good one. Stay safe.
Stay healthy.
Like us.
Like us and subscribe.
And we are getting better at this, I think. Or
Hit the bell.
yeah, whatever. Oh, wait, let me get to this and I'll get, I don't know if I can reach it. Hold on.